I launched my dream and it failed. I launched my first program and it failed spectacularly. Today is day 117 of my Practicing Visibility series. I've had my first kind of down spell, like the past few days have been kind of tough. I was also traveling on vacation, so I haven't been posting for the past few days, but then when I came back, I had like a huge dip in the way that I felt. And mainly it was because of the situation. So I have been wanting to do my own leadership program for a long time. And I was hoping that this summer I would have opportunities to go to camps and do the work within a built program already, because building a program takes a lot of work and effort and energy, and I'm already doing a lot. And so then I got this idea that, okay, I can do this very bare bones, right? Like a very simple, kind of easy online, and I offered it for free. And I had a group of like 20 kids sign up. So the first area that failed was I did not follow up. I did not follow up soon enough. I think it was like a month and a half after the applications came out that I actually started responding back. So it went from like 22 kids who were interested to like 10 kids. Then I tried to schedule a intro meeting and lost a couple kids there. Eventually got down to about 4 kids, which is okay because I was down with the first cohort being smaller. I didn't want 23 kids in the first cohort. And then we picked a day, which was very difficult, trying to figure out a schedule, right? Because I was trying to work around these kids' schedules. And then we picked a day, and then the first week comes out, and one of the kids is like, oops, can't do that day. So I was like, cool, I'll take this from a 6-week program to a 5-week program because it is very community based. I want you to be there. They were like, cool. Next week comes around, 2 of the kids were like, hey, we can't come, right? So I did not have the space and the capacity, because I'm going on a huge trip later this month, to extend it any further. I also did not want to shrink the curriculum to make it work in 3 or 4 weeks. And so I just canceled it. I was like, hey, look, I appreciate your interest. I definitely did a lot of things wrong in terms of planning, but I want this to be like a committed group that has the time and has the space. And I'm going to just hold off until I can figure out how to do this better. And so it was a failure for sure. However, failures are part of growth, right? And sometimes when we have a big failure in the very beginning, it's really easy to be like, this is not for me. I learned a lot of stuff through this. I learned that setting up an online group is not easy. I learned that balancing and figuring out schedules is not easy. I learned that maybe the time to launch a new program is not when I'm traveling for weeks, right? No matter how excited I am about it, I still did things in a way that made this process a little sloppy. I'm not mad at the kids. I'm never mad at kids, especially when it comes to like, do they want to do a program or not? Because I definitely think these kids were interested. I just don't think that it was formatted in a way that, like I try to be flexible with them, but too much flexibility creates inconsistency. It doesn't matter that I failed. I'm still going to do it. I'm going to just figure out when. And it may be that I need to bring another person on board who loves the logistics, who can do all the emailing, who can plan things. I also may need to be like, hey, here are the dates. Before you sign up, you have to commit to these dates. If you cannot do this, right, you'll be asked to leave. Now, this is the thing about free things, right, is that people will appreciate it, but also not take it seriously. So if there was a fee and parents paid this fee, I guarantee you that those kids would be there. And I don't know if I want to offer. I don't know if I want to give a fee. I'm trying to figure it out, but I think that's the big thing for me. So instead of like beating myself up and being like, oh my God, you failed, you messed up. It's just like, okay, cool, this did not work. What am I going to do differently? If we approached failing and trying things with more curiosity versus judgment, we would do so much better. But it's hard to approach failures with curiosity and judgment when you've been conditioned for so long as a child to be afraid of making mistakes, right? To be punished for not doing good job. If this was like a grade-based thing, I would have gotten like a D on it, which is not good enough for me, right? But I have learned and changed my relationship with learning and failing, right? Failing means I attempted, first of all. Failing means opportunities to learn. Failing means making it better. And I don't blame people. I say people, not just kids, right? Kids and adults. I don't blame them for being afraid of failing and making mistakes, because it is literally conditioned into us from our education system. I'm not saying anything against teachers. I love teachers. I appreciate teachers. I understand why we have grades. I get the whole thing, right? But the education system, in a lot of ways, undermines what actually helps people grow, what actually motivates people. I was just looking at my last video too about what class should be offered in school, and someone was like, oh, I would have loved that. And I thought, my friend Wes, I thought to myself, yes, this would be great in school, but you could not grade it. You couldn't grade it. And if you graded it, it would take away kids' intrinsic motivation. Even putting a class like this in school where they're going to connect this work to school, which they have a relationship with and a mindset around, right? It could just be like, I don't care what class it is. If I'm in school, I'm not going to try, or I don't care. And so that's why I started to do this on the outside, because it's like, it's not forced on you. You can do this if you want. You don't have to do it. So anyways, I'm back. I'm also, I guess I'll talk about this tomorrow. I'm doing a big thing with my content, and my stuff is going to look very different. I'm working with a company. I'm really excited about it. And if this goes well, my accounts and will reach far more people. So we will see how that goes. But until then, I'll see you tomorrow. I have to burp.